Here is test 1 review. Remember test 1 talked about significant figures. If you remember, if you don't see a zero not present, you count from the left and you start counting with the first non-zero number. 205, count from the right if you don't see a decimal. So you know this is going to be 1, 2, 3. Your answer should have been 3. To determine the number of significant figures, you see a decimal. You start counting when you hit a number that's not 0. That is 2. So you have 3 sig figs. Number 3, calculate how many sig figs you have. Get in the habit of writing coming from the left. I have 4 sig figs. I have 3. So if I have 4 and 3, my answer needs to have 3 sig figs. So let's see what we get if we get a calculator out. My calculator tells me that I take 20.51 times 394, hit enter, I get 8080. I need 3 sig figs, so I'm going to count from the left. 1, 2, 3. The 0 becomes a 1 because 1, 2, 3 sig figs. So the 0 stays a 0, so the answer should be C. What statement is true? Zeros are never counted as significant figures. Yes, they are, because they can be counted in the middle, like at number C. The first significant digit on the left side must be non-zero. That's false. The first significant digit on the left side must be a 0. No. Numbers greater than 1 million always have more significant figures. That's false. The first significant digit on the left side must be a 0. That's false. The first significant digit on the left side must be a non-zero. That's when you start counting. This guy here, letters left, numbers right. Bring that 4 across the bridge. You have m equals -12, -4. So my answer should be -16. Looking at this problem here, you know you have to dance that -12. You get -12x. You should get, let's see here, you should get 144 equal -12x -60. Letters left, numbers right. That 12x become positive when he crossed the bridge. That 144 become negative when he crossed the bridge. So that gives me 12x equals -204 divided by 12. Bam, bam. I get x equals 17. -17. Right? Because a positive divided by a negative is a positive. Now, let's jump down here for a second. We're looking for this L by itself. L come across the bridge, becomes -2L. Everything that doesn't have an L go across the bridge. And they're going to put the P first because I'm looking at my answers. So let's see what we get. 2W minus P. Change everybody's sign because it's a red light. Gives me -2W plus P divided by 2. So I'm looking for a -2W. Can't be him. Could be him. P minus 2W over 2. Can't be D because you're looking for L, so it has to be C. King Henry died, so you're going from K, H, D, basic, little d, little c, little m. I'm going from K to kilograms, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. My answer should be, at 3 spaces, should be A. Number 10, millimeters to meters. Gotta go left, 3 spaces. Millimeters, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, as you can see here, right? So that should give me 0.2736. Scientific notation, you always want to have one decimal, one number in front of your decimal. Can't be C. I'm counting from the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if I go left, it's the opposite, so it should be A. This question says calculate this. Once again, how many sig figs? Start left. 1, 2, 3. How many sig figs? Start left. Because I got decimals. 4. So I'm looking for an answer with 3 sig figs. Bring this up. I get 4.50 times 3023. I ended up with 13603. I need 3 sig figs. So my answer should be 13600 because it doesn't round. Convert the decimals. Scientific notation. From scientific notation, the answer is 4. So you got to rotate that guy to 4. Move that decimal over 4 spots. So it becomes 736 zeros. Number 14. K E equals 1/2 mv squared. We don't like fractions. Give everybody a 2. Bam, bam. Everybody that has a V has to come across the bridge. These guys are stuck together, so it has to stay negative. Negative. Red light. So I get mv squared equals 2ke. Take the divide by m, divide by m, take the square root, take the square root. So now my answer is v equals, sorry, that's horrible. My answer should now be v equals the square root of 2ke over m. This guy right here was just plugging. What are you solving for? You're solving for y. So you can plug in your number first if you want to. 5 is a 5 times x was 3. B was 2.10 equals 7. That gives me 15 minus 2.10 because 5 times 3 is 15. That gives me y times 12.9 equals 7 divided by 12.9 divided by 12.9 12.90, right? This is, what was this right here? 7. Slap it in the calculator. I got 0.542. 3 6, the 6 make that a 3. So I get 0.543. That's the answer. Guys, you need to study. Start taking it seriously. That's a review. Retest this week.